In the heart of Africa, where the horizon shimmers beneath a relentless sun, lies a world both ancient and ever-changing. Here, a vast wetland stretches as far as the eye can see, its surface glinting gold in the midday light, its secrets hidden beneath a tapestry of reeds and water. This is the Great Marsh, a sprawling kingdom where water and grass weave together to create a sanctuary teeming with life. The marsh is a living mosaic, its golden grasses swaying in the breeze, its waters reflecting the fiery hues of dawn and dusk. Yet beneath this beauty lies a world shaped by conflict and survival. For generations, the Great Marsh has been the ultimate prize, a sanctuary overflowing with prey, a battleground where only the most cunning and powerful endure. Every creature here is drawn by the promise of life, but all must face the ever-present threat of death. Each morning, as mist drifts across the plains, a silent drama unfolds. The air vibrates with tension as predators and prey move in a delicate dance, each step dictated by instinct and necessity. The marsh is a stage, and every animal plays its part in the ongoing saga of survival. The wealth of this land is measured in water and prey. Herds of zebra and antelope traverse the marsh, following ancient migratory routes etched into memory by countless generations. Elephants, too, make their way through the wetlands, their massive forms shaping the landscape as they search for sustenance. But in the shadows, the true rulers of this realm move with silent purpose. Every rustle in the reeds, every fleeting shadow across the plains signals the presence of lions, apex predators whose lives are defined by the hunt. Their golden coats blend seamlessly with the tall grasses, making them both invisible and omnipresent. The marsh is a land of extremes. In the dry season, water becomes scarce, and the earth cracks beneath the sun's unforgiving gaze. Animals gather at the last remaining pools, forced into uneasy truces as they compete for survival. For lions, these moments are both opportunity and challenge. Prey is concentrated, but so too are rival predators. Then, with the coming of the rains, the marsh is transformed. Floodwaters sweep across the plains, breathing new life into the parched earth. Grasses grow tall and green, and the air is filled with the calls of returning herds. For the lions, this is a time of abundance, but also of renewed competition, as the landscape shifts and new challenges emerge. This endless cycle of scarcity and abundance dictates the rhythm of life in the Great Marsh. Every creature, from the smallest bird to the mightiest lion, is bound to the pulse of the seasons, adapting to the ever-changing world around them. Adaptability is the law here. Buffalo and antelope must learn to navigate shifting terrain, while birds take to the skies in search of new feeding grounds. For lions, survival depends on reading the land, knowing when to strike, when to hide, and when to wait. Every day brings new tests. The lions must cross treacherous ground, stalk prey through unpredictable cover, and face the ever-present threat of injury or starvation. Each decision can mean the difference between life and death, not just for themselves, but for the pride as a whole. At the heart of this ecosystem lies the lion pride, a family bound by blood, loyalty, and the shared struggle for survival. Lionesses rest in the tall grass, ever watchful, while cubs play under the protective gaze of their elders. Each member has a role, from the hunters to the guardians, all working together to ensure the pride's future. At the top stands the dominant male, his mane a symbol of strength and authority. He leads the pride through the shifting landscape, his presence both a shield and a challenge to rivals who would seek to claim the marsh for themselves. At dawn and dusk, the pride's roars echo across the plains, a declaration of ownership, a warning to all who would trespass. These calls carry for miles, a reminder that the marsh is claimed and that its rulers are ever vigilant. The presence of lions shapes the very fabric of the marsh. Antelope freeze at the sound of a distant roar, while hyenas slink through the shadows, ever wary of the pride's patrols. Every creature's fate is intertwined with that of the lions, their movements dictated by the predator's whims. The lives of these lions are a testament to nature's brutal elegance. Lionesses nurture their young, teaching them the skills they will need to survive, while males defend the pride from rivals in fierce, often deadly encounters. Each victory and loss is etched into the history of the pride. Though they reign supreme, the lion's hold on the marsh is never absolute. Rivals lurk at the edges, waiting for a moment of weakness. The pride must remain ever vigilant, scanning the horizon for threats, ready to defend their territory at a moment's notice. The story of the Great Marsh is, above all, the story of its lions. Through drought and flood, feast and famine, the pride endures, its legacy written in the tracks left behind in the mud, in the eyes of each new generation of cubs. Their saga is one of constant struggle. Rival coalitions challenge the pride's dominance, battles erupt in the tall grass, and the outcome of each conflict shapes the future of the marsh. The lion's dynasty is built on strength, but it is always at risk of being torn down. The future of the pride and the delicate balance of the entire ecosystem rests on the shoulders of its leaders. Each hunt, each decision carries the weight of generations as the lions strive to secure their place in this unforgiving world. Every hunt is a lesson in cooperation and resilience. Lionesses work together with silent precision, while injured members recover under the watchful eyes of their kin. The pride's strength lies in unity, and their survival depends on the bonds that tie them together. As the sun sets, long shadows stretch across the marsh, and the world is bathed in gold and shadow. It is in these moments that the true drama of the wild unfolds, as predators prepare for the night ahead. The night belongs to the hunters. Lions move silently through the darkness, their eyes glowing with anticipation. Every sense is heightened, every movement calculated as they seek to secure the next meal for the pride. This is a kingdom forever on the edge, a world where only the strongest, the most adaptable, and the most united will see another dawn. In the Great Marsh, the saga of the lions continues, written anew with every rising sun. In the heart of the Great Marsh, the intricate tapestry of lion society is woven anew. The leadership of the Marsh Pride has fallen to a new queen, marking the beginning of a chapter fraught with both opportunity and peril. Her name is Ayumi, a lioness whose rise to power was forged not in peace, but in the crucible of loss. The Pride's former matriarch has vanished, leaving behind a vacuum that only the strongest can fill. Now, Ayumi stands at the helm of a formidable coalition, her own daughters and sisters, each with their own ambitions and loyalties. In lion society, the Pride is a matrilineal dynasty, its strength rooted in the bonds between mothers, daughters, and sisters. Her first challenge is to mold these young lionesses into a cohesive force. Hunting is not merely a means of survival, it is a rite of passage, a test of unity and skill. Each hunt is a lesson in discipline, patience, and the silent communication that binds the pride together. As queen, Ayumi bears the burden of vigilance. Her eyes are ever watchful, scanning the horizon for threats, rival prides, nomadic males, and the ever-present danger of starvation. Leadership in the wild is a delicate balance of strength and strategy. Ayumi must project dominance, for any sign of weakness could invite disaster. The pride's survival depends on her ability to inspire confidence and maintain order. She is the heart of the pride, nurturing the next generation while enforcing the rules that keep chaos at bay. The cubs, playful and vulnerable, are the pride's future and its greatest responsibility, yet Ayumi does not rule alone. At her side, but always apart, stands King Sakami, a male in his prime, whose presence is both a blessing and a challenge. Sakami is the pride's shield, a force of raw power whose authority is rarely questioned. His roar echoes across the marsh, a warning to all who would dare encroach upon his domain. His primary duty is to patrol the pride's vast territory, marking boundaries and repelling intruders. The life of a dominant male is one of constant vigilance, for the threat of rival coalitions is ever present. Despite his power, Sakami's relationship with the pride is complex. He is both protector and potential threat. his moods unpredictable, his presence a source of both security and tension. For Ayumi, maintaining harmony with Sakami is essential. He is the father of her cubs, the guardian of their bloodline, and the enforcer of the pride's claim to the marsh. Their union is not just about reproduction, it is a strategic alliance. By mating with Sakami, Ayumi ensures the continuity of her lineage and the strength of her pride. Sakami's power is a double-edged sword. His aggression keeps rivals at bay, but his dominance can disrupt the delicate social fabric of the pride. The territory he defends is immense, stretching far beyond what one lion can patrol alone. Inevitably, there are gaps, places where danger can slip through unnoticed. While Sakami focuses his strength on the southern frontiers, the northern reaches of the marsh remain vulnerable. Nomadic males, ever watchful for opportunity, test the boundaries, seeking a chance to overthrow the king and claim the pride. This constant threat weighs heavily on Ayumi. She knows that a single breach could spell disaster for her family. In lion society, the strength of the group is measured by its weakest link. Ayumi must ensure that every member is prepared, every cub protected, every boundary watched. Her days are filled with relentless responsibility, organizing hunts, feeding the young, and maintaining the intricate web of relationships that holds the pride together. Each decision she makes ripples through the pride, shaping its destiny. The king's strength is their greatest asset, but his absence leaves a dangerous void. In those moments, the pride must rely on the queen's leadership and the unity of its lionesses. The balance of power between queen and king is delicate, a constant negotiation of dominance, trust, and necessity. It is this dynamic that underpins the pride's survival. Ayumi's tactical mind and Sakami's brute force form a partnership of necessity. Together they must navigate the ever-shifting landscape of alliances, rivalries, and threats. The queen leads her daughters on daring hunts, targeting buffalo and zebra, prey that demands teamwork and courage. These hunts are the lifeblood of the pride, sustaining both body and spirit. Meanwhile, the king's battles are fought on the borders, bloody, brutal contests that determine the fate of the entire pride. His scars are a testament to the price of power. This partnership, defined by duty and necessity, is a fragile equilibrium. Every day brings new challenges, rival lions, dwindling prey, the unpredictable forces of nature. Yet through it all, their shared goal remains unchanged, to hold the great marsh, to protect their family, and to ensure that the legacy of the marsh pride endures, no matter the cost. The tantalizing prize of the Great Marsh has not gone unnoticed. From the arid plains to the north, a rival pride watches with hungry eyes, their gaze fixed on the lush expanse of the marsh. This small but fiercely ambitious group is led by a battle-scarred lioness known only as the Tattered Queen. Her scars tell tales of countless battles fought and survived. She has endured hardship and is driven by a desperate need for a better life for her own small family. Her cubs, the future of her lineage, depend on her strength and cunning. Her pride may be few in number, but they are hardened survivors, and their ambition is a palpable threat that drifts on the wind. Each step they take is calculated, every move a strategy for survival. They see the northern border, left vulnerable by Sakami's absence, as their gateway to a new future. The marshland, with its promise of water and prey, is a beacon of hope. For them, the marsh represents a paradise worth risking everything for. The fertile land is a stark contrast to the harsh plains they have known. The lionesses of Ayumi's pride can sense the impending conflict. Their bodies tense, ears perked, they are acutely aware of the looming threat. The air is thick with the scent of intruders, a clear violation of their territorial boundaries. Every breeze carries the scent of potential danger. Ayumi rallies her daughters, her lessons in hunting and fighting now taking on a desperate urgency. Each training session is a preparation for the inevitable clash. They must become a cohesive unit, a brutal army ready to defend their home. Unity and coordination are their greatest weapons. Every patrol along the border is a tense affair, a search for signs of the enemy. Vigilance is their constant companion. The young lionesses must learn to read the landscape, to interpret the calls of birds, and the anxious movements of prey that signal the presence of outsiders. Their survival depends on these skills. War is no longer a distant possibility, it is an inevitability, and they must be prepared. The tension in the air is palpable, a prelude to the coming storm, but the rival lions are not the only threat massing on the edges of the marsh. Shadows of another kind lurk at the periphery. A plague of hyenas, their numbers swelling, has gathered just outside the pride's territory. Their presence is a dark omen. These intelligent and formidable predators are more than just scavengers. They are an organized clan with the power to challenge the lions directly. Their coordination is a testament to their cunning. Led by a powerful matriarch, the hyena pack operates with cunning and coordination. Her leadership is as formidable as any lion's. Their whooping calls in the dead of night are a chilling chorus that speaks of their growing confidence. Each call is a declaration of their presence. They test the lion's defenses, stealing kills and harassing the younger members of the pride, waiting for any sign of weakness to exploit. Their strategy is one of attrition. The Great Marsh is now a kingdom under siege from two fronts. The balance of power hangs precariously. Ayumi finds herself caught in a perilous strategic bind. Her mind races with plans and contingencies. She must prepare her pride for a territorial war against the tattered queen's lions, while simultaneously fending off the relentless pressure from the ever-present hyena clan. Her leadership is tested like never before. This dual threat stretches her resources and tests her leadership to its absolute limits. Every decision she makes could mean the difference between survival and extinction. The survival of her dynasty and the future of this coveted paradise now hangs by a thread. The stakes have never been higher. The peace of the marsh has been shattered, and the drums of war are beating a steady, ominous rhythm across the plains, signaling the start of a great and brutal struggle for supremacy. The battle for the Great Marsh has begun. Beyond the immediate drama of the Great Marsh, the vast African savanna unfurls as a living masterpiece, an endless expanse of golden grasslands dotted with islands of acacia and thorn trees, where the pulse of life beats in every blade of grass and every shadow cast by the rising sun. In the heart of places like Kenya's Masai Mara, the land stretches to the horizon, bathed in the soft glow of dawn. The iconic flat-topped acacias stand as silent sentinels, their branches providing shelter and vantage points for countless creatures. Here, the stage is set for one of nature's most breathtaking phenomena, the Great Migration. It is a spectacle of movement and survival as the earth trembles beneath the hooves of millions. Wildebeest, zebra, and gazelles surge forward in vast columns, their numbers so immense they seem to merge with the land itself. Driven by ancient instincts and the promise of fresh grazing, they embark on a journey that will test every fibre of their being. The migration is a relentless odyssey, fraught with danger at every turn. Predators lurk in the tall grass, and the terrain itself is unforgiving. Each step is a gamble between life and death, weaving a thread of tension through the ecosystem. This moving feast sustains the savanna. As the herds graze, they trim the grasses, shaping the landscape and fueling the lives of countless other species, predators and scavengers alike. Within this boundless realm dwell the legendary Big Five, the mighty elephant, the formidable Cape buffalo, the ancient rhinoceros, the elusive leopard, and the lion, the undisputed monarch of these plains. Each species is a vital thread in the intricate web of life. Their interactions, sometimes harmonious, often competitive, maintain the delicate balance that allows the savanna to thrive. Elephants, the architects of the savanna, reshape the land with every movement. By toppling trees and digging for water, they create new habitats, opening up the landscape for smaller animals and ensuring the flow of life even in the harshest seasons. The Cape buffalo, with their massive horns and unyielding strength, are both guardians and challengers. Their presence is a formidable test for predators, yet their survival is crucial for the health of the ecosystem. The leopard, a phantom in the grass, moves with silent precision, while the rhinoceros, a living relic from a distant era, grazes in the golden light, each playing a unique role in the savanna's story. At the waterholes, predator and prey gather side by side, their lives intertwined in a complex dance of survival and opportunity. The migration's most perilous chapter unfolds at the Mara River, where anticipation and fear ripple through the herds as they gather at the water's edge. The river is a formidable barrier. The air is thick with tension as the animals hesitate, sensing the dangers that lurk beneath the surface. Beneath the murky water, Nile crocodiles lie in wait, ancient predators whose patience is rewarded by the annual arrival of the herds. When the first animals leap, the herd surges forward in a chaotic stampede. The river explodes with movement, water churning as bodies collide in a desperate bid for survival. Crocodiles strike with lightning speed, their jaws snapping shut on the unwary. The river becomes a battleground, a place where only the strongest and luckiest survive. This brutal contest is a raw display of nature's laws. The weak and the unlucky are claimed by the river, while the survivors emerge, forever changed by the ordeal. Those who make it to the far bank are battered and exhausted, but the journey must go on. The river crossing leaves its mark, thinning the herds and shaping the future of the savannah. Across this grand stage, every creature, great and small, plays a role in the ongoing drama of life. Among the most formidable actors are the lion prides. Lionesses, bound by kinship and necessity, form the heart of the pride. Their hunts are masterclasses in strategy and teamwork as they fan out across the grass, communicating with subtle signals, encircling their quarry with silent precision. Together they can bring down prey as powerful as a full-grown zebra, their success ensuring the pride's survival. The male lions, with their regal manes and imposing presence, patrol the boundaries of their domain. Their thunderous roars echo across the plains, a nightly proclamation of strength that warns rivals and reassures the pride. The savannah is a living, breathing tapestry, each thread a story of struggle, adaptation, and resilience. From the smallest insect to the mightiest lion, every life is woven into the fabric of this wild kingdom, where the eternal struggle for survival shapes the destiny of all who call it home. Far from the lush wetlands of the Great Marsh, the Sahara Desert unfolds a different, yet equally profound saga of survival. Here, the endless expanse of sand and rock stretches to the horizon, a world seemingly devoid of life, scorched by a relentless sun and battered by fierce winds. But beneath this harsh exterior, a hidden drama plays out, a story of adaptation, resilience, and the unyielding will to survive. In the remote Enadi region, deep-water gueltas offer a rare oasis. Here, ancient crocodiles linger as living relics, reminders of a time when the Sahara was a lush savannah. But these pools are not the only places where life clings to existence. Across the dunes and rocky outcrops, a caste of remarkable creatures has evolved to master the extremes. Among them, the legendary Saharan lion, once a ruler of these lands, stands as a symbol of adaptation and endurance. The Saharan lion, smaller and leaner than its savanna cousins, is a master of stealth and patience. Its pale, tawny coat mirrors the color of the sand, providing perfect camouflage as it moves silently across the dunes. Every step is measured, conserving precious energy in a land where every calorie counts. During the searing heat of the day, lions seek refuge in the scant shade offered by acacia trees or shallow depressions in the sand. Here they rest, their bodies adapted to withstand the punishing temperatures. Their paws, broad and padded, allow them to traverse the burning ground with ease, while their keen senses remain alert for the faintest sign of prey. Hunting in the Sahara demands ingenuity. Prey is scarce and widely scattered, so lions must cover vast distances under the cover of darkness or the cool of dawn. Their primary targets are the elusive addax antelope and the nimble gazelle, both perfectly attuned to the desert's rhythms. A successful hunt is a rare triumph, and every meal is shared among the pride, strengthening the bonds that hold them together. Water is the most precious resource of all. Lions have learned to survive on the moisture found in their prey, and when the opportunity arises, they travel great distances to reach hidden water holes. These rare gatherings are moments of both relief and vulnerability, as other predators and scavengers also converge on these lifelines. The lions share their world with other desert specialists. The fennec fox, with its oversized ears for heat dissipation and acute hearing, and the striped hyena, a solitary scavenger whose powerful jaws leave nothing to waste. Each species has carved out its own niche, a testament to the diversity of life that endures here. Even the smallest predators, like the horned viper, have evolved extraordinary strategies to survive. Buried beneath the sand, it waits in ambush, its movements barely disturbing the surface as it sidewinds across the blistering ground. The caracal, with its powerful leap and acute hearing, is another formidable hunter, able to snatch birds from the air and detect the faintest rustle of a mouse beneath the sand. For the Saharan lion, survival is a daily test of endurance and ingenuity. The pride's social bonds are vital, offering protection and support in a world where every advantage matters. Cubs learn from their mothers, practicing the skills they will need to one day lead their own prides across the shifting sands. In the heart of the Sahara, life persists against all odds. The lions and their fellow survivors are living monuments to the power of adaptation, each one a unique answer to the profound challenge of life in a world of sand and sun. Their story is a testament to the resilience of nature echoing across the dunes for generations to come. Far from the sweeping savannas of Africa, across the vast expanse of ocean lies Komodo Island, a land sculpted by volcanic forces over 15 million years ago. Here the wild is untamed, and every creature must fight for its place in a world shaped by fire, stone, and survival. Komodo is renowned as the exclusive domain of the mighty Komodo dragon, the largest lizard on Earth. But in this imagined wilderness, the island is also home to a pride of lions, outsiders in a land of giants forced to adapt to a world unlike any they have ever known. The Komodo dragon, a relic of ancient times, is a master of island gigantism. Towering over other reptiles, it dominates the land, its size and power unmatched. For the lions, accustomed to being apex predators, this presents a unique and daunting challenge. Adult male dragons can exceed 8 feet in length and weigh up to 200 pounds. Their presence is a constant threat, and the lions must learn to navigate a landscape where they are no longer the undisputed rulers. The dragons are swift and cunning, capable of explosive bursts of speed to ambush prey. Lions, used to hunting in open grasslands, must now adapt their strategies, stalking through dense undergrowth, ever wary of the silent giants that share their territory. Life on Komodo begins in peril. Komodo dragon hatchlings emerge into a world where danger lurks at every turn. For lion cubs, the risks are even greater. With no pride to protect them and unfamiliar predators all around, only the most resourceful survive. Young dragons face the threat of cannibalism from their elders, while lion cubs must avoid both the dragons and the sharp-eyed raptors that patrol the skies. The struggle for survival is relentless, and every day is a test of wit and agility. Juvenile dragons take refuge in the trees, safe from the jaws of their own kind. Lion cubs, too, must learn to climb and hide, using the tangled branches as sanctuary from the dangers below. In the treetops, young dragons hunt insects and geckos, while lion cubs scavenge for whatever small prey they can find. Every meal is hard-won, and hunger is a constant companion. As they grow, both dragons and lions descend to the forest floor, where the real trials begin. Here, the Komodo dragon's venomous bite and raw strength make it a formidable adversary. Lions, relying on teamwork and intelligence, must outmaneuver these ancient reptiles to claim their place as hunters. The island's harsh terrain shapes every aspect of life. Rocky hills, dense forests, and arid plains test the endurance of all who live here. For the lions, water is scarce, and every hunt is a gamble against the odds. Beyond the land, Komodo's waters are a world apart, a vibrant realm teeming with life, a stark contrast to the dry wilderness above. Pristine coral reefs burst with color and movement, home to countless species of fish. While lions remain land-bound, the abundance of life in the sea is a reminder of the island's extraordinary diversity. Among the corals, living fossils like the sea lily thrive, their delicate forms unchanged for millions of years. The lions, new arrivals in this ancient land, are mere novices in the grand story of Komodo's evolution. Powerful currents sweep through the reefs, bringing nutrients that sustain this underwater metropolis. On land, the lions must learn to read the winds and the shifting patterns of prey, adapting to the rhythms of an island that never rests. In the sea, giant manta rays glide with effortless grace, their wingspans dwarfing even the largest lions. These gentle giants are a symbol of the island's extremes, where size and strength are matched by beauty and mystery. Manta rays filter plankton from the currents, while on land, lions must use every ounce of cunning to track elusive prey. Both are masters of their domains, shaped by the challenges of Komodo's wild heart. At cleaning stations, manta rays are attended by small fish that remove parasites from their skin. In the forests, lions form bonds of cooperation, grooming and supporting one another as they face the daily trials of survival. Occasionally, a rare all-black manta ray appears, a shadow gliding through the blue. On land, a lion with a unique mane or unusual markings stands out, a testament to the endless variety that evolution brings to this island of wonders. From the relentless Komodo dragon to the resilient lion, and from the vibrant reefs to the soaring manta rays, Komodo Island is a crucible of survival. Here every creature is tested, every adaptation is hard-won, and the story of life is written in tooth, claw, and scale, an epic saga of evolution where only the bold endure. Cast adrift from the African continent some 90 million years ago, Madagascar is an island like no other. Its long isolation has allowed life to evolve on a completely different trajectory, creating a unique and often bizarre collection of creatures found nowhere else on Earth. Here, ancient lineages have survived and diversified into a dazzling array of forms, making Madagascar a living museum of evolutionary history. Over 15,000 species on this island are endemic, meaning this is their one and only home. However, this precious biological treasure is under immense threat, its future hanging precariously in the balance due to habitat loss and other pressures. Among the most famous residents of Madagascar are the lemurs, primates whose ancestors arrived millions of years ago, evolving into over 100 distinct species, each adapted to a different ecological niche. The ring-tailed lemur, with its iconic black and white striped tail, lives in female-dominated societies, where matriarchs lead their troops through the spiny forests of the south. In the east, the critically endangered greater bamboo lemur has developed a highly specialized diet, feeding almost exclusively on a type of bamboo that contains lethal amounts of cyanide, a toxic meal that would kill most other animals. How it neutralizes the poison remains one of nature's great mysteries. The island's uniqueness extends to its reptiles, particularly its chameleons. Madagascar is a global hotspot for chameleon diversity, with species of all shapes and sizes. Among the most remarkable is Labird's chameleon, a creature that lives life in the fast lane, holding the record for the shortest lifespan of any four-legged vertebrate on the planet. This tiny reptile hatches from its egg, grows to maturity, mates and dies, all within the astonishingly brief span of just 4 to 5 months. Its entire existence is a frantic race against time, a compressed life cycle that ensures its genes are passed on before the dry season claims it. This extraordinary evolutionary history has made Madagascar a fragile paradise. A staggering 95% of its lemur species are now threatened with extinction, their forest homes shrinking at an alarming rate. The same fate befalls countless other endemic species, many of which may disappear before they are even discovered. The story of Madagascar is a poignant reminder of what can be lost when a unique and isolated ecosystem is disrupted. It is a land of irreplaceable wonders, a precious fragment of Earth's biological heritage that is crying out for protection before its living fossils become mere memories. Yet the evolutionary journey of ancient species extends far beyond Madagascar. Across the ancient African savannas, the ancestors of modern lions began their own saga. Millions of years ago, large predatory cats roamed these lands, their forms shifting and adapting through the ages. Saber-toothed cats with their elongated fangs once dominated the grasslands, while other feline lineages branched and diversified. Over time, the evolutionary path led to the emergence of Panthera leo, the lion as we know it today. Fossil evidence and ancient cave paintings reveal a lineage shaped by the challenges of open plains and shifting climates. Early lions were larger, with robust builds and powerful jaws, perfectly adapted to hunt the great herds that once thundered across the continent. Today's lions are the result of this ancient evolutionary journey, a testament to survival, adaptation, and the relentless forces of natural selection. Their social structure, hunting strategies, and iconic appearance are the legacy of millions of years of change, echoing the story of all living fossils, to endure, to adapt, and to thrive in a world that is ever-changing. From the living fossils of Madagascar to the mighty lions of Africa, the evolutionary journey of ancient species is a story of resilience and wonder, a reminder that every creature, no matter how ancient or modern, is part of the grand tapestry of life on Earth. Across the globe, countless species have developed extraordinary strategies to thrive in their specific environments, becoming true masters of survival. But among nature's most remarkable specialists, the lion stands as a paragon of adaptation and predatory prowess. On the sun-drenched savannas of Africa, lions have evolved into the ultimate cooperative hunters. Their social structure is unique among big cats, forming prides that work together with astonishing precision. Each member of the pride has a role. Some act as stealthy flankers, others as powerful ambushers, and the dominant males as defenders of territory and kin. The lioness, sleek and muscular, is the pride's primary hunter. She uses the tall grasses as cover, her tawny coat blending seamlessly with the golden landscape. With patience and discipline, the lionesses fan out in a semicircle, silently stalking herds of wildebeest, zebra, or buffalo. Communication is subtle, flicks of the tail, a low grunt, a glance, each signal honed by generations of survival. When the moment is right, the led lioness explodes from cover, triggering a coordinated ambush. The prey, startled and panicked, bolts toward the waiting pride members. Powerful forelimbs and retractable claws grip fleeing animals, while massive jaws deliver a suffocating bite to the throat or muzzle. This teamwork allows lions to bring down prey much larger than themselves, a feat few predators can match. Lions are not just hunters, they are also masters of energy conservation. During the heat of the day, they rest in the shade, conserving strength for the night's hunt. Their bodies are built for short, explosive bursts of speed, not endurance, so every hunt is a careful balance of patience, stealth, and sudden violence. Cubs learn these skills from a young age, watching and mimicking the adults. Playful stalking and pouncing are more than games. They are the first lessons in the art of predation. Over time, these instincts are refined, ensuring that each new generation is as skilled as the last. The lion's roar, echoing across the plains, is more than a display of power. It is a tool of communication, marking territory and rallying the pride. This vocal adaptation allows lions to maintain cohesion across vast distances, a vital advantage in the open savanna. Even their social bonds are a form of adaptation. cooperative care of cubs, shared defense against rivals, and the ability to coordinate complex hunts have made lions one of the most successful predators in the animal kingdom. In the grand tapestry of nature's specialists, the lion's blend of strength, strategy, and social intelligence is a masterpiece of evolution. Their story is a testament to the power of adaptation and a reminder that in the wild, survival belongs to those who master their world in every possible way. As we journey from the contested throne of the great marsh, the intricate web of life in lion habitats unfolds before us, each thread vital, each connection delicate. Here in the heart of the savannah, every sunrise marks the beginning of a new struggle, a new chapter in the ongoing saga of survival. For Ayumi and her pride, survival is a daily battle fought not only against rival lions, but against the unpredictable forces of nature. The tall grasses that conceal their approach also hide lurking dangers, hyenas, leopards, and the ever-watchful eyes of scavengers. Each hunt is a test of patience and teamwork, where a single misstep can mean hunger for days. The lion's world is shaped by the rhythm of the herds. Wildebeest, zebra, and buffalo migrate across the plains, their movements dictated by the rains and the promise of fresh grass. The lions follow, their fate entwined with the pulse of the ecosystem. When the herds move on, the pride must adapt, scavenging, hunting smaller prey, or risking dangerous confrontations with other predators. Every creature in this landscape plays a role. The vultures circling high above depend on the leftovers from the lion's kills, cleaning the plains and preventing the spread of disease. Jackals and hyenas wait in the shadows, ready to seize any opportunity. Even the smallest insects and birds contribute, breaking down remains and returning nutrients to the soil. This is a world of balance, where abundance and scarcity, life and death are in constant tension. The removal of even a single species can send ripples through the entire ecosystem, unraveling the tapestry that has been woven over millennia. The wild places that have nurtured these incredible stories of survival are shrinking. The once endless savannas are now fragmented, and the corridors that connect prides and herds are disappearing. The Sahara creeps ever southward, grasslands give way to dust, and the ancient forests of Madagascar are vanishing. The lion, once ruler of vast territories, now finds its domain reduced to isolated pockets, its future uncertain. The addax is critically endangered. 95% of lemur species face extinction, and even the mighty lion has vanished from over 90% of its historical range. The kingdoms we have explored are becoming smaller, more isolated islands, and their inhabitants are running out of room to live. Protecting these animals is about more than just saving a single species. It is about preserving the intricate web of life that sustains the savannah, the very foundation upon which all these stories are built. The stories of Ayumi, the Komodo dragon, and the bamboo lemur are not just dramatic tales. They are urgent reminders of what we stand to lose. Their struggle for survival is a reflection of the delicate balance that governs all life in these wild places. By protecting their homes, we are safeguarding a legacy of millions of years of evolution. We are ensuring that these ultimate survival sagas can continue for generations to come, for the health of our planet and the fragile balance of life in the lion's realm depends on it. As the sun sinks below the horizon and the savannah cools beneath a blanket of stars, a different kingdom awakens. Nightfall is not a time of rest for the lions, it is the beginning of their true reign. Cloaked in darkness, Ayumi and her pride move like shadows, their golden eyes reflecting the faintest moonlight. In the deepening gloom, the lion's senses sharpen. Their vision, adapted to low light, pierces the darkness where other creatures see only black. Whiskers twitch, brushing against the tall grass, sensing the subtlest changes in the air. Every sound is amplified, the rustle of a rodent, the distant call of a nightjar, the cautious steps of a grazing impala. The lion's ears swivel independently, triangulating the softest footfalls on the dry earth. The hunt begins with silence. The pride fans out, each lioness taking her place in a carefully rehearsed formation. Communication is wordless, a flick of a tail, a pause, a glance. They stalk in unison, bodies pressed low, blending with the shadows. Tonight their quarry is a herd of zebra, restless and wary, but their defences dulled by the darkness. Ayumi leads, her muscles tense beneath her tawny coat. She signals, and the pride surges forward. The chase erupts in a burst of speed, powerful legs driving through the grass, claws unsheathing for traction. The air is filled with pounding hooves, frantic snorts, and the low growls of the hunters. In seconds, the pride isolates a single zebra. The night hides the struggle, but the outcome is inevitable. As the lions feed, the savannah's other nocturnal denizens draw near. Hyenas materialize at the edge of the kill, their eyes glinting with anticipation. A tense standoff ensues. Growls and cackles echo under the stars. Sometimes the lions hold their ground. Other times the hyenas' numbers overwhelm, and a skirmish erupts in a flurry of teeth and snarls. Further afield, jackals watch for scraps, darting in and out of the shadows. Owls glide silently overhead, hunting rodents stirred by the commotion. Insects sing from the undergrowth, and a civet slips past, unnoticed by the feasting pride. The night is alive with movement, a tapestry of lives intersecting in the darkness. Every creature plays its part in this nocturnal drama. Every sense, every adaptation finely tuned to survive the hours when the world is ruled by the unseen. For the lions, the night is both sanctuary and battlefield, a world shaped by senses beyond human comprehension, by strategies honed over millennia. As dawn approaches, the pride retreats, bellies full, to the cover of the trees. The savannah quiets, but the memory of the night lingers, a reminder that beneath the sunlit grasslands a hidden realm thrives, governed by the ancient laws of the dark. In the heart of the savannah, the true ruler is neither fang nor claw, but the relentless force of the elements. Every lion's life is shaped by the rhythm of the weather, the cycle of rains and droughts that transforms the land beneath their paws. When the wet season arrives, clouds gather on the horizon and the parched earth breathes anew. Thunder rumbles, and the sky opens, drenching the grasslands in life-giving rain. Rivers swell, carving new paths through the plains. For Ayumi's pride, the world becomes a tapestry of abundance. Emerald grasses shoot up overnight, herds of wildebeest and zebra return, and waterholes teem with prey. Cubs play in the mud, and the lions' coats glisten with moisture. The pride's boundaries expand as food and water are plentiful, and life pulses with promise. But the bounty is fleeting. As the rains retreat and the sun blazes overhead, the land begins to wither. Grass turns to brittle straw, waterholes shrink to muddy puddles, the air shimmers with heat and dust hangs heavy in the lungs. Drought tightens its grip and survival becomes a daily battle. Prey animals scatter in search of the last green shoots, forcing the lions to travel farther, their muscles growing leaner with each passing week. Hunger gnaws at the pride, especially at the youngest and oldest among them. The lions rest beneath the sparse shade of acacia trees, conserving every ounce of energy for the next hunt. Sometimes the drought breaks with violence. Storm clouds gather and the heavens unleash a deluge. Rivers burst their banks, flooding low-lying ground. The savannah becomes a patchwork of islands, and the lions are forced to navigate new, treacherous paths. Hunts are interrupted by sudden torrents, and the pride must adapt, seeking higher ground, finding new water sources, learning to move with the shifting landscape. For the cubs, the floods are a lesson in resilience. For the elders, a test of memory and instinct. Through it all, the lions endure. Their bodies are built for extremes, padded paws for scorching sand, tongues rough enough to clean caked mud from fur, senses tuned to the faintest scent of rain on the wind. They follow the migrations, track the patterns of the clouds, and wait for the return of abundance. Each season leaves its mark, scars, stories, and a deeper wisdom pass from one generation to the next. On the savannah, weather is more than backdrop, it is destiny. The pride's survival depends not just on the hunt, but on the ability to read the sky, to adapt, to persist through feast and famine, flood and drought. In this ever-changing theatre, the true strength of the lions lies not in dominance, but in endurance, an ancient pact between predator and the powers of the earth. Across the boundless savannah, lions reign as icons of power, but they are not alone at the top. The golden grasslands are a battleground where apex predators test their wits, strength and cunning against one another. Each dawn, as sunlight gilds the horizon, invisible lines are drawn between the prides and their rivals, the resourceful hyenas and the elusive leopards. Hyenas, with their haunting calls and relentless stamina, are perhaps the lion's fiercest competitors. Clans roam the plains in tight-knit groups, their social bonds as formidable as their bite. When a lioness pride brings down a wildebeest, the scent of blood quickly draws hyenas from miles away. What follows is a silent standoff, a contest of numbers and nerve. Hyenas circle, cackling and whooping, probing for weakness. Lions respond with low growls, tails lashing, jaws bared. Sometimes the pride holds its ground, defending the kill with coordinated ferocity. Other times, sheer weight of hyena numbers tips the balance, and the scavengers surge forward, seizing scraps in the chaos. This rivalry is ancient, written in scars and broken bones, but it is not always war. In lean times, uneasy truces form, with both predators picking over the remains of a hunt, bound by necessity to the same unforgiving land. Leopards, in contrast, are shadows, solitary, silent, preferring stealth over confrontation. They haunt the tangled riverine forests and rocky outcrops, keeping to the margins of lion territory. At dusk, a leopard might drag an impala up into the branches, out of reach of hungry lions below. But even in the treetops, safety is never certain. Young lions sometimes climb, risking injury in a desperate bid for an easy meal. For leopards, every hunt is a gamble, every meal a secret to be guarded. Cubs are hidden in dense thickets, mothers ever vigilant for the scent of lion on the breeze. When paths cross, it is swift and brutal, a chase through moonlit scrub, a battle of claws and speed, the loser vanishing into the night. Yet these apex predators are bound by more than rivalry. Their fates are intertwined, shaping the very fabric of the ecosystem. When lions push hyenas from a territory, the scavengers spread out, altering the balance of power. When leopards lose a kill, they shift their hunting grounds, keeping the mosaic of life in constant motion. Each predator, in its own way, keeps the others sharp, forging a dynamic tension that echoes across the plains. In the end, there are no victors, only survivors. The rivalry between lions, hyenas, and leopards is a dance as old as time, a living testament to the complexity of the wild. Here, dominance is fleeting, and respect is earned with every heartbeat. On the savannah, the kings may rule, but their reign is challenged at every turn, ensuring that the story of life is never written by a single paw. In the heart of the savannah, where the tall grasses whisper secrets of survival, a new chapter begins, the early life of lion cubs. Born blind and helpless, these tiny bundles of fur are the hope of the pride, cradled in the safety of hidden dens, far from the prying eyes of predators. For the first few weeks, the world of a cub is confined to the warmth of its mother's side. Her heartbeat is their lullaby, her scent their sanctuary. Slowly their eyes open, revealing a world bathed in golden light and shadow. Their first steps are wobbly, their movements tentative, but curiosity drives them forward, exploring the boundaries of their new existence. Under the watchful gaze of their mother, the cubs begin to discover their strength. Playful tussles with siblings become lessons in agility and coordination. Tiny claws swipe at imaginary foes, and sharp teeth gnaw on anything within reach. These games are more than mere amusement. They are the first steps in learning the skills they will need to survive. As the cubs grow bolder, they venture further from the den, their world expanding with each paw print. The savannah is a classroom, and every sight, sound, and scent is a lesson. They learn to recognize the rustle of grass that signals a lurking danger, the scent of a distant herd, and the calls of their pride members. But the savannah is not a place of endless play. It is a land of harsh realities where survival is a daily battle. The cubs face threats from all sides, hyenas, leopards, and even rival lion prides. The mother lioness is their shield, her fierce protection a barrier against the dangers that lurk in the shadows. She moves them frequently, choosing new dens to keep them safe from prying eyes. Hunger is a relentless teacher. When the lionesses return from a hunt, the cubs learn the importance of patience and hierarchy. They wait their turn, watching and learning the strategies that will one day make them formidable hunters. The taste of fresh meat is a milestone, a step closer to independence. As the months pass, the cubs' playful antics give way to more serious training. They practice stalking, their bodies low to the ground, mimicking the movements of their elders. They learn to listen to the silent cues of the hunt, the unspoken communication that binds the pride together. Their muscles grow stronger, their senses sharper, each day a step towards becoming the kings and queens of the savannah. Yet the journey is fraught with peril. Disease and starvation claim many young lives. Only the strongest, the most adaptable survive to adulthood. Those that do carry the legacy of their pride, the lessons of their upbringing etched into their very being. In the end, the early life of a lion cub is a testament to resilience and learning. It is a time of growth, discovery, and the forging of bonds that will last a lifetime. Each cub is a promise to the future, a potential ruler of the savannah, ready to face the challenges of a world where only the fittest survive. The first roar of a young lion echoes through the grasslands, a declaration of life and a promise of the power yet to come. The cycle of life continues as new generations rise to meet the dawn, their journey just beginning in the vast, untamed wilderness of the savannah. As the dry season tightens its grip on the savannah, the great migration begins. Vast herds of wildebeest, zebra, and antelope move as one, their hooves drumming an ancient rhythm across the parched earth. This annual pilgrimage is not just a spectacle of endurance and instinct, it is the lifeblood of the land, and the lions know it well. From the edge of the golden grass, lions watch the shifting tides of prey. Their golden eyes track the swirling columns of dust, reading the subtle signs of movement and change. With water scarce and food growing harder to find, the pride must adapt. The migration is both an opportunity and a challenge, a moving feast, yet never easy to claim. Lions are masters of patience. They study the patterns of the herds, learning the routes carved by generations. They recognize the weak and the weary, the stragglers who lag behind the safety of numbers. As the sun sets, painting the sky in hues of fire, the lions begin to coordinate. Silent signals pass between them, a flick of a tail, a low rumble, a knowing glance. When the moment is right, they strike. The pride works as a unit, fanning out to encircle the unsuspecting. The matriarch leads the charge, her movements honed by years of experience. Younger lions mirror her every step, learning the art of timing and teamwork. The chase is short, explosive, every muscle straining, every sense alert. But migration is unpredictable. Rivers swell with sudden rains, splitting the herds and forcing new paths. Sometimes the prey outmaneuvers the hunters, crossing treacherous waters or vanishing into dense thickets. The lions must be flexible, shifting their territories, adapting their tactics. They follow the herds for miles, resting beneath acacia trees, conserving energy for the next chance. Not every hunt ends in victory. The lions face hunger, exhaustion, and fierce competition from rival predators. Yet the migration brings hope. For every failed attempt, there is another opportunity on the horizon. The lion's survival depends on their ability to read the land, to anticipate the movements of their prey, and to work together as one. In this grand dance of life and death, The migration shapes the fate of both hunter and hunted. The lion's story is written in the dust and the grass, in the silent pursuit beneath the stars, and in the unbreakable bond of the pride. With each passing season they adapt, endure, and thrive, forever entwined with the ever-moving herds that sustain them. The savannah breathes with the pulse of migration, and the lions remain its eternal guardians. Their strategies as fluid as the endless river of life that flows across the land. In the heart of the savannah, not all threats wear claws or horns. Sometimes the greatest adversary is the land itself. When nature's fury is unleashed, even the king must kneel. The sky darkens with the promise of a storm. Thunder cracks across the horizon, and the wind sweeps over the plains, bending the tall grasses as if bowing to an unseen force. For the lions, these signs are a warning, a reminder that survival means more than strength and cunning. Drought can grip the land like a vice. Rivers shrink to muddy ribbons, and watering holes vanish, leaving only cracked earth behind. Prey animals scatter, searching for distant oases, and the lions must wander farther, their paw prints tracing desperate paths across the barren ground. Hunger gnaws at the pride. Cubs grow weaker, and the old struggle to keep pace. Yet in the dry silence the lions endure, conserving energy, sharing what little food remains, their unity a shield against despair. Then, without warning, the drought breaks in a torrent of rain. Flash floods roar through ancient riverbeds, sweeping away everything in their path. The ground transforms into a churning sea of mud, uprooting trees and drowning out the familiar scents that guide the hunters. The pride seeks higher ground, huddling together as lightning splits the sky. In these moments the bonds between lions are tested and renewed, each member drawing strength from the warmth and presence of the others. Wildfires, too, sweep the savannah, their orange tongues devouring the dry grass. Smoke chokes the air, and the crackle of flames echoes across the plains. Lions retreat before the wall of fire, their golden coats stained with ash. Some prey perish, but others are driven into the open, creating rare opportunities and new dangers. The aftermath is a landscape transformed, blackened earth, charred trees, a haunting silence. Yet even here life returns. Green shoots emerge, and with them the herds return, followed by the ever-watchful lions. Natural disasters leave scars, but they also reveal the resilience woven into the fabric of the pride. The lions adapt, learning new routes, shifting their territories, and nurturing the next generation with stories written in hardship. Cubs who survive the storms grow into wise hunters, their eyes reflecting the lessons of fire and flood. For the lions of the savannah, nature is both cradle and crucible. Each disaster is a trial, harsh, unforgiving, and inescapable. But through unity, adaptability, and ancient instinct, the pride endures. In every storm, in every drought, in every flame, the spirit of the lion is tested and found unbreakable.